Hey guys, it's Jen and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing a faves and fails video, basically gathering the makeup that I've tried so far this year and sharing with you some of the great experiences that I've had and some of the not so great experiences that I've had. So if that sounds interesting to you, then stick around because we're going to get started here shortly. But before I get started, I just want to say, if you've never seen my face before, hi, my name is Jen, and I buy and try makeup and skincare so that if something doesn't work right, I'm going to let you know about it and hopefully save you a couple bucks. Think about subscribing, sticking around, and joining my YouTube family. It would be really amazing to have you here, and hit that like button because I always appreciate that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So first, I want to start with the faves, and I've got some collected here, and they are fantastic as far as I'm concerned. And what I'm going to do is, if you guys are interested in the pricing and all that stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and link it in the description box down below so that we can just go ahead and talk about these products. And if you want to check out the prices, feel free to do so. It will be there listed for you guys to check out. And the first thing I want to start with is foundation. Now, I have two foundations here that I have absolutely loved. The first foundation is the Forever Skin Glow from DIOR, and this is absolutely amazing. It's a light, medium, buildable coverage foundation that just wears beautifully on my skin. It gives it that gorgeous, dewy glow that I absolutely love. It's just a foundation that whenever I wear it, it gives me the coverage that I need where I can still see my skin coming through. It's not super heavy, and it gives that beautiful luminosity that I really love in a foundation. So this is definitely one of my faves. It's kind of on the pricey side. Another fave that I tried this year is the CHANGEMAKER foundation by Bite Beauty. Oh my gosh, when I tell you, this is amazing. It is a light to medium coverage foundation, but honestly, it really is a change maker because the longer I have this on throughout the day, it basically looks like my skin, but better. I mean, I can't really say enough good things about this. Bite Beauty really killed it when they came out with this foundation. It does have a luminosity to it, makes your skin look nice and fresh and healthy and just all around beautiful. It doesn't accentuate my lines or wrinkles. So this foundation, I'm already almost done with it, and that's saying a lot because there's a lot of things that I have here that I may never hit pan on or have in an empties video. I've yet to film an empties video. That's how much stuff I need to, kind of work on. But this right here, I've been burning through this stuff because I absolutely love it. Every time I go to do my makeup, I am using this mixed with my DIOR foundation, and I feel like it just gives me the most beautiful, healthy looking skin. I absolutely love this stuff. I recommend it 100%. Next up is my favorite concealer, and it has been for more than just this year, and it's the Born This Way concealer by Too Faced. I don't have a lot of things from Too Faced, but I can say honestly that this concealer gives me the coverage that I need, and it doesn't settle into my fine lines and wrinkles. It's got a moisturizing property to it where it just doesn't look dry or cakey under my eyes. I do use it with a sponge because it is very full coverage, but it just wears so beautifully on the skin that this is one that I reach for time and time again. This is actually a repurchase because this concealer is amazing. I absolutely love it, and I recommend it if you haven't tried it already. This is really a good one, so we like her. She gets to stay. We're going to go ahead and talk about Makeup Geek, and I went ahead and tried these a couple months back. I got them at Target, and oh my gosh, if these aren't absolutely amazing. I love the So Grateful shade in here. It's, oh my gosh, I love all of these shades. The matte shades are fantastic. The shimmers are fantastic. This one I'm actually wearing on my eyes today, and it's just a beautiful formula. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this. Makeup Geek really knocked it out of the park with these, and you can go online and create your own eyeshadow palettes, or you can buy the little quads at Target, and they sell out so quickly because they're really just that good. Honestly, was blown away by these little eyeshadow palettes, and I am so glad that I have them in my collection because they are worth every penny. Makeup Geek has done a really amazing job with these, and they are definitely, for me, a fan fave, so love them. Another thing I want to talk about are the JD Glow little eyeshadows that I've tried, and this is their multi-chrome eyeshadow in the shade No Way, and rightly so, because when you put it on your eyelids, you are really looking at your eyelids thinking, no way, because it really is that freaking amazing. I mean, the different shifts in this eyeshadow are just so gorgeous, and it goes on so easily. There's no struggle whatsoever, and just the things that I've gotten from JD Glow, I think all around, like this highlighter here in Synopsis, which I have on the inner corner of my eye today. It is just so stunning, and their stuff is just mind-blowing. Just JD Glow is a fan favorite in my faves, period, because They're an indie brand. Their eyeshadows are just absolutely stunning. Their highlighters are stunning. I'm actually wanting to get their liquid highlighters that they just came out with, and I haven't gotten around to it yet, but it's definitely on my list. I will continue to purchase from this brand because JD Glow is just impressive across the board. Just their stuff so far that I've tried has been absolutely mind-blowingly good. So in my favorites, 100%. Okay, let's move on to something else in my favorites. I want to go ahead and talk about this Chantecaille blush, but I feel like my camera's going to die soon. Okay, maybe not. And why it's in my favorites. Not just because I spent $40 on it. It's not really it. I'm wearing it today, and I just really love this blush. I think that it is beautiful. It's a buildable blush, so when you go in there with your brush and you go to put it, it's not a whole bunch of product all right away on your face. You can build it up and just, you know, create your own kind of level of blush that you want. And it's a really beautiful formula. I feel like it's worth every penny. And because they are donating to wildlife and preserving nature, and because they do that, it's something that I feel good about putting my money towards. And I feel like it's just worth every penny. I've really enjoyed using it. I've been using it a lot since I got it, actually. So this is one I definitely recommend, is the Chantecaille blush. Let's hop back into eyeshadow really quick because I totally forgot to make mention of this. These little bento boxes from Kaja are so amazing. This is the shimmer one that I got, and it is all shimmers in here. It's not a standalone palette, but they show up so beautifully on the eyelid. It's such a wonderful formula. I'm not gonna swatch everything, we'll be here all day, but it has such a beautiful reflect to it, and when you have it on your eyelid, it is absolutely gorgeous. I am so glad that I purchased this because I have really been enjoying this as well. Just basically off camera though, but you know, I do my makeup off camera sometimes. I wanted to make mention of it because it is one that I do reach for and one that I absolutely love. So this is one of my faves. All right, moving on with the faves. What do I want to talk about next? Oh yes, let's talk about this. Essence Lash Princess is on my fave list because not only is it affordable, when I put this on, I can actually go without my false lashes because this works. This gives length, it gives volume, it separates the lashes, makes me look like I have eyelashes of my own, which is kind of miraculous to me. Not to mention the fact that the price is like, oh my gosh, mind-blowing. It's so affordable and it works. So I am so glad that I finally tried this. I love this and I will definitely be repurchasing it because it works. So I'm really impressed with this one. Definitely a fave. Next, we're going to move on to lip gloss, and this is one of my favorites, and this is by Patrick Ta. And even though I'm not wearing it in this video today, I do wear this often because it is such a comfortable formula. It leaves a beautiful shimmer on the lips. It's very easy to wear. It is quite lovely, and I don't know. I love the shade. I love everything about this lip gloss. It's not overly sticky or crazy like that. It just goes on beautifully, gives a beautiful shimmer to the lips, and lasts for a really long time. So Patrick Ta, I love this. This one is gorgeous, and it's absolutely worth the splurge, to be honest, because it's just beautiful. For me, when I wear a lip gloss, I don't want something that's too heavy or too sticky or too crazy, and this is just the right amount of goodliness. I don't know. I can't say enough good things about it because it just is so comfortable and so beautiful. I love it. I love it, and I wear it often. So thank you, Patrick Ta, even though you'll never see this video. I love your lip gloss. Okay, so next I want to go ahead and talk about a lipstick that is my favorite so far this year, and it is from the NATASHA DENONA Nudes line, and this is a cream lipstick. It is 100% gorgeous to me. I do love a good nude. This is dirty, I'm sorry, but it's because I use it a lot, because I actually really love it. It goes on just absolutely wonderfully. It's comfortable. It's got a beautiful pigment. I'm wearing it today. It is one of my favorite nudes. Even though it's a bit of a splurge, it's worth it because it has staying power, wears very comfortable on the lips. It's just a beautiful lipstick. I'm a basic nude lip kind of gal. I don't normally wear a lot of wild colors. I basically like all the color and all the attention drawn to my eyes, and that's why I really love this nude lip, because often that's what I'm going to be reaching for. It's a rare day that I wear reds or, you know, berry colors or that sort of thing. I just really feel that nude lipstick wears the best on me. It's the most flattering to me, so this is something that I reach for on a regular basis, and I do recommend it because it is a really well-made lipstick. I really like the formula, and I think she did a really great job with it. So thank you, NATASHA DENONA, who will never see this video, not sponsored. Okay, moving on to my final fave. This is my concealer brush from the Sephora line that I got, and I love this. I feel like this has really made a huge difference in the application of my concealer. I feel like it's definitely worth the money, and it's affordable. It helps me to go ahead and clean up my makeup where there's fallout and whatnot. This brush has just been a game changer for me. I'm really enjoying it. It's super soft. It's not super floppy. It's not super dense. It's kind of in the middle, and it's just one of those makeup tools that's, in my opinion, I mean, I wish I had bought one sooner. It's definitely a must-have. I'm so glad that I got this. I've been using it with every makeup application since I got it because it's been that good. I am so glad I have this, and I highly recommend it, you guys. If you don't have a concealer brush, definitely check this one out because it works, and it works well. Next, we're moving into fails. And before I get into the fails and start talking about this, I just want to say that this is not a personal affront to any brand owner. If you love the makeup I'm about to talk about, please don't take offense to it. It is just simply that these products did not work for me. So I just wanted to make sure I got that out there before I started on my fails, because I don't want anyone to be offended. That's not what this is about. I'm basically just sharing some things with you, and some of them are kind of surprising, that just didn't work for me. So with that being said, we're going to get into the fails portion of the program. Now, let's talk about foundation for fails. The Flush Stick. This foundation is awful. 100% awful. And when I tried this, I did this in a video a couple months back, and Danielle Glamburger here on YouTube had made a comment in the video saying that it looked like a glue stick and performed very much like a glue stick. And I wish I'd said that in my video, because that is the best way to describe how this foundation is. I'm telling you, you put it on your skin and you try to rub this in, not to mention that it's way too light for my face, but that's neither here nor there. But when you go to rub this in, it is sticky and tacky, and you're just tugging and tugging and tugging and tugging and tugging at your skin. This has got to be, hands down, the worst foundation I have tried in a very long time, and I have tried a lot of foundations. It just, you know, their stuff was on sale on the Ulta website, and I thought, you know, I'm going to give it a try, and boy, I think I understand why it's on sale, because this was just an absolute nightmare. It stayed really on the surface of my skin. It accentuated everything about my skin that I don't like, and it's just really, it was just an epic fail. This foundation was, I mean, I don't know. No. Please don't buy this. I don't know how else to say it. But, you know, I'm glad that I tried it so that I can warn you guys, so hopefully you won't, you know, if you haven't purchased this already, that you would just steer clear of it, because it's not going to do you any favors. It's not. It's just really a problematic foundation that probably should not have been made. Definitely a pass for me. Definitely a fail, and most likely going to be decluttered. So let's go ahead and set that aside. This one I want to talk about, and this is from Kevyn Aucoin. It is the Etherealist foundation. Now, I love Kevyn Aucoin, but this particular foundation did not work for me. I'm just going to keep piling product. I'm just going to keep doing it. It didn't really work for me because the formula itself, look, I'm putting it on top of this, even though it is very luminous, which you probably can't see because I'm not doing this right, but it is a very luminous formula, but this foundation itself is very drying, and it does settle into all my fine lines, and it does accentuate texture in a way that just, it doesn't look very becoming on me. Unfortunately, this is in the fails because it just didn't do my skin any justice, just didn't wear well on me. When I initially got it, I was super excited about it. I do love a luminous foundation, but this particular formula really just doesn't work for me. I've been holding on to it because I just don't want to let it go. Even though I know I'm not going to wear it, I'm just kind of like keeping it in the background or keeping it as part of, you know, my backdrop, because, you know, I love Kevyn Aucoin, and I am bummed out that this didn't work for me, but it's just not a formula that I can wear. The next one that is a fail that kind of bums me out is this concealer from Hourglass, and this is another one that just didn't wear well under my eyes. It did accentuate fine lines and wrinkles. I did try it with my concealer brush, thinking that perhaps it may perform a little bit better. And honestly, it really just didn't. It just looks very drying under my eyes. It just shows all my wrinkles, and I don't need help showing my wrinkles. I'm trying to hide that stuff, if you know what I mean. But this just really kind of crepey under my eyes and just kind of crunchy looking, kind of dry. And I love Hourglass. They're one of my favorite makeup brands, and this concealer just really just doesn't wear well on me. This one's in the fails. Sorry, Hourglass, because I love you. It's such a bummer. You're great. So I mentioned that Patrick Ta was one of my favorite lip glosses. Let's go ahead and talk about Patrick Ta again, because we are in the fails on this one. And this is, well, it's the illuminizing oil that Patrick Ta came up with a little while back. I did purchase this. I wanted to love it. Essentially what it is, it's just a glittery oil. It's not like Sol de Janeiro, you know, who makes the Bum Bum cream. They have a bronzing lotion that is absolutely gorgeous, that makes your skin just look fantastic. I was hoping that this would be something somewhat similar, because you look at it and it has like a really pretty kind of bronzy shade to it. But when you put it on your body, let's go ahead and spray some of this on here so you guys can see. So there it is right there. And you go ahead and you rub that in, and you can see there's really no bronzing effect. It does give a sheen, but in real life, it really looks like I just put a bunch of glitter all over my arm for the most part. So another thing I want to mention too is that the dry down is still, you know, on the sticky, tacky side, and it's not the most comfortable of formulas to have all over your body. So it's a fail for me. I am going to keep it. It's in my background and it sits there, and it's nice to look at. But as far as functionality goes, it just doesn't really work. So for the price, definitely not worth it, and definitely a fail. So sorry, Patrick Ta, who's not watching this. Next, we're going to talk about eyeshadow palettes. And the first one I want to mention is the 16 Wishes eyeshadow palette from Millie Bobby Brown. Now, as we get into this, I did do a full video on this. I did a review on it, and it was the first time that I got thumbs down. You know, it was it was an experience. So let me just say that I was not in any way going after Millie Bobby Brown. I'm not downing her as a person. I'm not downing her makeup line. But what I will say with this particular eyeshadow palette is that if you are a makeup lover and you don't know anything about Millie Bobby Brown or Stranger Things or her makeup line or anything like that in general, you're going to see this eyeshadow palette and you're going to think, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I want to spend the $30+ on it. Look at these gorgeous colors. I can't wait to go ahead and try it with these pretty neutrals. It's going to be great. You're going to bring it home. You're going to try and put it on, and nothing is going to happen. The shimmers in the neutral portion of the program were like little stones. It was like a hard pan pressed, not even an eyeshadow. I don't even know what it was. It's just, the shimmers wouldn't work. The color payoff wasn't there. You know, just being an average consumer out there walking around, you could easily go ahead and pick this up, bring it home, and be incredibly disappointed. So I realize that her brand is geared more toward the younger generation. It is a palette that is made more for beginners. And, you know, still, in looking at it, it can be very deceiving. Even knowing that, seeing those shades, you would think, it's going to still be gorgeous. I'm going to make something happen with this. And you just absolutely, there's just no way. Nothing is really going to show up on your eyelids except for maybe a light wash of color. Now, if you're into that kind of thing, then it would be a great palette for you. Look at my face. I mean, for me, it's not the kind of eyeshadow that I would be out there looking for, and certainly not for that price point. Do I think that the packaging and all that is innovative? Absolutely. Do I think that it's great to have that beautiful setup and those beautiful shades for beginners who are just getting into makeup? Absolutely, I love it. But if you don't know anything about it and you're out there and you think you're going to buy a really nice eyeshadow palette, you're not going to be happy with it. You're just not going to like it. So it was unfortunate. I didn't like the palette. I still don't like the palette. I don't have the palette because it's one of the only eyeshadow palettes that I have ever returned. And this was before COVID was going on. It is the only one that I've ever taken back because it was that not right for me. Let me just say it that way. Just didn't work for me. All right, another eyeshadow palette that we're going to get into that I might get some flack on is a free one. It is from Makeup Revolution, and it is the Brave Spirit palette. Now, this one here, I did a video on. Get it open. And here's the deal, guys. Let's look at this for a second. So when I look at this eyeshadow palette, I see a lot of different colors here. And the shimmers, although they are nice, I feel like this particular eyeshadow palette was kind of like an afterthought. Yes, I did get it for free, but regardless of that fact, I still feel like it's something where they took a handful of shades, threw it in an eyeshadow palette, and just started giving it away to people. It's not a cohesive palette. It's a very dry formula. It's not the easiest, most comfortable formula to work with. It's just not a good eyeshadow palette, even for free. I mean, just total transparency. It was something that I just wouldn't ever reach for. I don't really feel like it makes any sense. And it's just not the best eyeshadow I've ever tried. So that's definitely in my fails because, well, it was a fail. You know, it was funny and I had fun playing with it, but it's just not a good eyeshadow palette. At least for me, it's not something that I'm going to say, oh, there's my brave spirit, I'm going to reach for that and use that today. It's really quite the opposite. It's kind of something that I went ahead and set in the background. It's cute, it hangs out. One thing I will say that I like about it is I do like the packaging. I think it's super cute, but other than that, what's inside does absolutely nothing for me. So unfortunately, this little brave spirit is in fact a fail. The next thing I'd like to talk about is a mascara. So let's go ahead and talk about that. The Falsies Lash Lift by Maybelline. The Lash Lift in a tube for $10.49. So I did a video on this. I don't know if you guys can see or if the camera's gonna, if the ring light's gonna mess it up. I don't have it anymore because I threw it out. And the reason why I threw it out is because honestly, it was BS. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, I know it's only $10, but they're making this claim that it's gonna lift your lashes and lengthen them and make it look like you're wearing false lashes. It does none of those things. All it does is take $10.49 out of your pocketbook. You bring it home and what did I got spider lashes from it. It basically just clumped my eyelashes together and just made them look like spider lashes. There was nothing good about that particular mascara. It was just a hot mess. It did not live up to its claims. It was just something that, I don't know, I felt lied to. If you want to know the truth, it was just a bunch of BS, you know? So I did buy it, I did try it, I did do a video on it, and it was pretty much a disaster. So I don't have it with me. I did throw it away. It is definitely a fail. I do not recommend it. Now Maybelline does make some really good mascaras, but that Lash Lift in a tube is not one of them. Moving on to another little fun addition to my makeup family, and this is the Marc Jacobs Highliner. Now, I'm still playing around with this, but currently I'm going to keep this in my fails because it has claims of this amazing longevity and it's going to stay in your waterline for the entire day. And in the reviews, there are people saying that it doesn't come off until you take it off. Now, I will say that when I put it on my lash line or if I put it on top and smudge it out in that way, it will stay for a very long time. But then I can also say that about a lot of other eyeliners that I have that cost a lot less that will absolutely stick around until I wash them off. I wanted to see it last in my waterline for the entire day, you know, pretty much how it was claiming to do. It really only stayed in my waterline for up to 4 hours. Now, I've tried it a couple times since I've done that video and it is the same effect every time. I don't know if my eyes are just extra watery or what the deal is, why it's not really working for me, but it doesn't stay in the waterline. It's $26. So for a $26 eyeliner, I don't know, I want it to do more than just that. Maybe it's just something that just doesn't work for me and maybe other people are having this, you know, really great experience with it because it certainly does have a lot of positive reviews, but for me, it just went away and I was not expecting it to go away so quickly. So that's why Marc Jacobs is going to be in my fails for right now. Again, I'm still playing with it. If I could find a way to like it more, it might migrate back to something that, you know, I like, but currently for the price, it is absolutely not worth it. It's just my humble opinion. The last one I'm going to talk about is this new little eyeshadow that I've gotten from Touch in Sol. Now keep in mind, I am still playing with this, but I have yet to find a way to get it to stay put. It is a beautiful eyeshadow. It is very softly pressed. It is very lovely, and I want so much for this to work, but for my hooded eyes, this is just messy. It's just messy. And I every time I put it on, it just basically goes all over the place. Now, there are times where I don't mind doing an all over glitter look on my eye. I think it can be really, really pretty. I have no problem with it. It's just not exactly what I was expecting. I've yet to have it work for me where it hasn't just gone pretty much all over my face. I believe I even found it in my hairline, which I can't even begin to explain that. I don't know how it got there. But there it was. I believe it was just right there in my hairline. Mystery. I don't know, but it is that very fluffy formula, and as much as I want to love it, because it doesn't function for my eyes, and even though the reviews said yes, it is hooded eye friendly, it's not. I have hooded eyes, and I'm telling you, it's just not. So Touch in Sol, unfortunately, is in my fails list for makeup that I have tried so far this year. So yeah, that is pretty much it for my faves and my fails from makeup that I've tried so far this year, and I can honestly say there's been a lot more good than there has been bad. And when it comes to the bad, again, don't take offense. Don't at me in the comments, because I'm not trying to say anything personal here. I'm just saying it didn't work for me, so try not to be upset. It's not anything personal, so just so we're clear. I'm not trying to fight. I'm just being honest. So guys, that is it for my faves and fails video. I just wanted to sit down and share this with you guys, the makeup that I've tried so far this year, the good and the bad and the save your money please. Okay. I just want to thank you so much for sticking around. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I love you. I hope y'all are safe, and I hope y'all are having a beautiful day. Thanks. Bye. I think there's something in my eye. Other than my eye. Okay. Why? A faves and fail video. Why? What? Shortly, but before I do, I'm touching that bag again. I gotta move it. Why is it under there? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. And we're good. I'm gonna say, hi, my name is Jen. No. Hi. 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 Why? Well, we're gonna jump into fables. What the hell am I saying here? Am I speaking English? The first one is the forever.